Passivity, or the tendency to remain inactive or indecisive, is a powerful yet often unnoticed force that can silently sabotage our progress and happiness. In the video, it is discussed as a hidden trap that prevents individuals from taking the necessary steps to improve their lives. Initially, passivity can appear harmless, disguised as patience, overthinking, or being cautious. It may feel like we're being careful or strategic, but in reality, it keeps us stuck in unfulfilling situations. This pattern often results from fear, comfort, or previous failures that have led to a sense of learned helplessness. A concept introduced by psychologist Martin Seligman. When individuals face repeated failure or rejection, they may begin to believe that no effort will lead to success, creating a mental block that makes it harder to take action. In modern society, the comfort trap adds another layer to passivity. People get stuck in routines that feel safe and predictable, even if they are not fulfilling. The desire to avoid uncertainty and discomfort is rooted in our biology, a survival mechanism that once kept our ancestors safe. However, in the modern world, this same instinct often hinders personal growth. The comfort of predictability can prevent us from taking risks or making the changes that are necessary for progress, leaving us stagnant in unfulfilling jobs, relationships, or lifestyles. To break free from this cycle, it is crucial to recognize when passivity is taking hold. This requires self-awareness and a willingness to confront the discomfort that comes with making changes. It also involves shifting our mindset from one of waiting for the perfect moment to one of immediate action. As the video suggests, embracing small steps and making decisions, even without all the information or certainty, helps us build momentum and escape the trap of passivity. Passivity is a silent force that sabotages people's success, happiness, and potential. This force often goes unnoticed because it disguises itself as patience or carefulness, making it easy to justify remaining stagnant. While passivity may feel like the right approach in the moment, it traps individuals in situations that leave them unfulfilled and stuck in cycles of inaction. The root cause of passivity often stems from fear, past failures, or a simple desire for comfort. When individuals experience repeated setbacks or rejection, they may begin to believe that their efforts are pointless, leading to the development of a passive mindset. This mindset tells them that waiting is safer, that it's better to do nothing than risk failure, causing them to avoid taking any action, no matter how small. The comfort trap is one of the most dangerous aspects of passivity. Comfort, in itself, is not inherently bad, but when people prioritize comfort over growth, they become stagnant. The human brain is wired to seek safety, but in the modern world, the desire for safety can work against personal development. The comfort trap encourages people to stay in familiar, unfulfilling situations because the thought of change feels overwhelming. The fear of the unknown or uncertainty holds people back from taking risks that could lead to significant improvements in their lives. People stay in unsatisfying jobs, relationships, or habits because the discomfort of change seems more daunting than the prospect of living with dissatisfaction. Breaking free from passivity requires a shift in mindset. It requires embracing discomfort and action, even in the face of uncertainty. The key to overcoming passivity lies in understanding that no moment is perfect for change, and waiting for the right moment only perpetuates inaction. Action, however small, is the antidote to passivity. By taking small steps, building consistent habits, and making decisions with discipline, individuals can start to break free from the chains of passivity and begin living a more fulfilled and meaningful life. Passivity often manifests itself through learned helplessness, a concept introduced by psychologist Martin Seligman. It occurs when individuals repeatedly experience failure, rejection, or discouragement to the point that they believe their efforts are futile. Over time, this belief becomes ingrained in their mindset, leading them to avoid taking action and resign themselves to their circumstances. This passive mindset may seem harmless at first, but it gradually becomes a force that locks people in a cycle of inaction. Individuals may feel like they are stuck in a place of dissatisfaction, but the belief that nothing they do will make a difference keeps them from trying. In the modern world, the comfort trap is another significant contributor to passivity. People often grow comfortable with their current situation, even if it is not fulfilling. This comfort is a natural human response, as the brain is wired to avoid risk and maintain predictability. However, in today's world, this survival mechanism can hold people back from pursuing growth and change. They stay in unsatisfying jobs, relationships, or situations simply because they are familiar, avoiding discomfort despite the opportunity for improvement. This comfort trap prevents individuals from taking risks and embracing the discomfort necessary for personal growth. The more comfortable people become, the less likely they are to take the necessary steps to change their lives. This creates a dangerous cycle where fear of the unknown and uncertainty limits progress. The desire for safety and predictability might feel good in the short term, but it undermines long-term fulfillment. True progress and self-actualization come from stepping outside of one's comfort zone and making conscious, courageous decisions. Breaking free from passivity requires a shift in mindset. It starts by acknowledging the discomfort of change and accepting that growth comes through taking action despite the fear. The key to overcoming passivity is to stop waiting for the perfect moment and take action now. Once people shift their perspective and understand that small actions lead to greater transformation, they can break free from the invisible chains of passivity and begin living the life they desire. In modern life, one of the key factors that keeps people trapped in a state of passivity is the so-called comfort trap. This occurs when we become too familiar with a situation, a job, or a relationship. Even though they no longer bring joy or fulfillment, we start to find safety in the familiar and fear change. Even though these changes could offer great opportunities for personal growth, the human brain is wired to avoid risks and seek stability, a trait that once helped our ancestors survive difficult situations. However, in today's society, this comfort can turn into a subtle trap, hindering progress. Since comfort does not come with change or growth, many people fail to realize that maintaining this stable state is actually wasting time and potential. Not daring to make even small changes makes people feel stuck. They stay in jobs with no future, in relationships that have run dry, because they don't feel motivated to change. The sense of safety, though temporary, gradually takes over, and the opportunity for change and growth starts to feel distant. One reason we fall into the comfort trap is our fear of uncertainty. According to psychologists, our brains treat uncertain situations as real threats. People tend to avoid unpredictable situations because they feel unsafe. However, it is this very uncertainty that drives personal growth. If we always accept change and take risks outside our comfort zones, we begin to experience new opportunities, discover hidden potentials, and achieve things that seemed impossible before. Breaking free from the comfort trap requires a significant shift in thinking and action. We cannot continue living in a world where comfort and convenience are the ultimate goals. Instead, we must face our fear of change, learn to embrace uncertainty, and take difficult decisions. This is how we achieve great accomplishments and discover the true meaning in life. One of the main reasons we fall into passivity is the comfort trap. People tend to seek stability, safety, and avoid changes, especially when those changes involve uncertainty or risk. This reflects a deep survival instinct from our ancestors, who had to face dangers in the natural environment. However, in modern society, comfort sometimes becomes a trap. While we may feel safe in familiar routines and relationships, we fail to realize that these very things are limiting our growth and true potential. The comfort trap is not just about laziness or reluctance to change, but it stems from a deeper psychological mechanism. It makes us believe that waiting for the perfect time to act is reasonable. But the truth is, there is never a perfect time. Every major opportunity in life requires immediate action. Even though it may make us feel uncertain, fearful, or uncomfortable, procrastination and indecisiveness are the reasons many people feel their lives lack meaning and lose motivation. When we allow comfort to dominate our lives, we unintentionally fall into laziness and a lack of creativity. In reality, comfort is the enemy of creativity because when we don't face challenges, we miss the opportunity to develop problem-solving skills or deal with difficulties. On the other hand, those who dare to step out of their comfort zone, confront uncertainty, and take risks in life regularly experience growth and maturity. Although they may face failure or difficulties, it is through these challenges that they learn and grow. One of the most effective methods for breaking free from the comfort trap is to change how we view uncertainty. We need to understand that uncertainty is not a threat but an inevitable part of growth. Accepting that life is not always predictable will help us become stronger, more resilient, and more confident when facing challenges. This change is not easy, but when you decide to face your fears, you will gradually realize that you can achieve more than you thought. Instead of running away from uncertainty, you will learn to use it as a tool to drive growth and create new opportunities for yourself. One of the key factors that causes people to fall into a state of passivity is the comfort trap. The need to seek stability and safety is a part of human survival instincts. However, in modern society, this becomes a limiting factor for growth. When people feel too comfortable with the present, they easily accept stagnation and refuse to change. Comfort and safety provide a sense of peace, but at the same time, they can become the enemy of development and creativity. The comfort trap comes not only from maintaining a routine that lacks challenges but also from the belief that we don't need to change because we are waiting for the perfect moment to act. We think that only when the conditions are perfect will we take action. But the truth is, there is never a perfect moment. Great opportunities in life come when we decide to act immediately. Even though we may have to face fear or uncertainty, we often procrastinate by thinking, "It's not the right time," or "I need more time." One of the reasons we fall into the comfort trap is what is known as the safety net. We feel good when we are in familiar surroundings and face fewer risks. However, when we don't face difficulties or challenges, we miss out on opportunities to grow. While comfort may bring temporary satisfaction, it leads to long-term stagnation if we don't actively change. This procrastination not only makes it difficult to achieve long-term goals but also causes us to miss out on great opportunities that could change our lives. According to psychological studies, our brains are naturally drawn to ease and comfort, but we need to push past these feelings to develop and progress. All successful people have faced discomfort, stepped out of their comfort zones, and embraced uncertainty. The key to overcoming the comfort trap is shifting our mindset. Instead of merely seeking comfort, we need to learn to embrace uncertainty and challenges. We must learn to generate internal motivation and seek growth through every small step. This helps us realize that change and challenge are not things to fear but opportunities to improve. Small, consistent steps to face uncertainty and difficulty will be the foundation for future successes. Passivity and procrastination are common issues in modern society. While we can sometimes justify procrastination by thinking, "It's not the right time," or "I need more time," the truth is, we are falling into the trap of passivity. One of the main factors contributing to this procrastination habit is what we call the comfort trap. When life becomes too easy and stable, we tend to avoid challenges and feelings of insecurity, leading to stagnation. The feeling of comfort can be a part of human survival instincts. But in modern society, we can easily make the mistake of focusing too much on safety and familiarity. This not only causes us to miss out on opportunities to grow but also makes us fail to recognize that change and challenge are essential for creating a meaningful life. Although comfort provides a sense of safety and ease, it is the hidden enemy of growth and progress. The reality is, if we keep procrastinating and avoiding action, we will never change our lives. The feeling of waiting for the perfect moment only pushes us further from our goals. When we feel safe in our comfort zone, we often find excuses not to make changes and not take action. To create change, we need to accept uncertainty and step outside our comfort zone. This is when determination and courage are tested. Only when we are willing to face discomfort and accept challenges can we truly move forward. To break the cycle of procrastination, one of the most effective methods is to apply the 5-second rule. Proposed by Mel Robbins, this method is simple but incredibly powerful. When you feel the urge to act, count down from 5 to 1 and take immediate action. This method helps stop overthinking, hesitation, and generates immediate action. In addition, building personal discipline is crucial. Discipline is not something we can instantly have, but it is a habit that must be developed step by step. Once we realize that action creates motivation, instead of waiting for external encouragement, we will find that life becomes easier when we begin to act immediately. By making small changes every day, we will gradually create large transformations. The key is not to give up, maintain motivation, and be patient on this long, challenging journey. In modern society, comfort can become a dangerous trap. causing us to fall into the cycle of passivity and procrastination. When life becomes too easy and stable, we are easily swept into maintaining the current state, even though it may not bring lasting fulfillment or happiness. People tend to seek safety and stability, but this can cause us to overlook valuable opportunities for change and growth. The trap of comfort doesn't only appear when we try to avoid challenges or changes, but also shows up in the small decisions we make every day. When we become too comfortable with our current habits, we often delay action, thinking, "Tomorrow will be better," or "There's not enough time yet." But this procrastination gradually lowers our motivation and creates feelings of helplessness. Meanwhile, changing and taking action, although not easy, is the only way to grow and achieve long-term satisfaction in life. To break the cycle of passivity, one of the most effective methods is applying the 5-second rule. As introduced by Mel Robbins, this rule is simple but powerful. When you feel the urge to act, count down from 5 to 1 and immediately take action. This method helps stop overthinking, halting hesitation, and creating immediate action. In this way, you can step out of your comfort zone and begin changing your life. Additionally, developing personal discipline is also a crucial factor in combating procrastination. Discipline is not an innate trait, but a habit that needs to be cultivated step by step. In fact, action is the key to creating motivation. You don't have to wait until you feel ready to start. Instead, begin with small steps and continue moving forward. This will lead to positive changes in your life. Finally, to truly change and avoid the trap of comfort, you need to become self-aware of the factors causing your procrastination. The critical question is, are you living for safety or growth? Choose to live a purposeful life. Embrace challenges and difficulties, and never let comfort hold you back from moving forward. One of the key factors that helps us overcome procrastination and change our lives is self-awareness and the transformation of action. To break free from the trap of passivity, we must begin with small steps, gradually forming habits and personal discipline. When we become overly concerned about the future or things that are unclear, it is easy to fall into a state of procrastination, waiting until we feel ready. However, life doesn't wait for us to be ready, it continues to move forward. And procrastination only makes us feel more powerless. To combat passivity, one of the powerful methods introduced is the 5-second rule. Mel Robbins, a well-known speaker, developed this rule to stop overthinking and stimulate immediate action. The process is simple. When you have the urge to act on something, count down from 5 to 1 and immediately take action. This method helps stop thinking and anxiety, enabling you to act before fear or doubt can interfere. It not only helps you overcome moments of hesitation but also helps you begin making important changes in your life. In addition, developing the habit of discipline is essential. Discipline is not something you are born with, it is something you have to cultivate day by day. The decision to act, rather than waiting to feel ready, is a crucial step to breaking procrastination. It is important to understand that action creates motivation, not waiting for motivation to act. Every small step will lead you to big changes and bring you closer to your goals. Moreover, it is important to realize that passivity can be a major barrier to personal growth. When we procrastinate, not only are our goals and dreams delayed, but we are also creating large emotional and psychological gaps in our lives. These gaps can gradually turn into a sense of emptiness. Instead of letting life pass by without making any changes, start taking action today, even if it's just small steps. Change doesn't happen overnight, but decisive action and persistence will gradually help you break free from procrastination and build a meaningful life. Ultimately, it is important to realize that you have control over your life. And starting to act is the only way to create real change. One of the key factors to overcoming procrastination and achieving success is recognizing the importance of personal responsibility. No one other than ourselves can decide our fate and actions. Procrastination often stems from a lack of responsibility when we fail to recognize that every decision we make, whether big or small, directly impacts our future. Passivity is one of the causes that prevent us from seizing opportunities and realizing our potential. The key is to understand that no one will save us except for ourselves. Waiting for circumstances, perfection, or the right moment only causes us to delay further and miss out on opportunities. One powerful way to break free from procrastination is to fully take responsibility for our own lives. This isn't just about recognizing that we are the only ones who can create change in our lives, but also about stopping the habit of blaming circumstances, others, or uncontrollable factors. When we realize that every decision we make affects our future, we will have the motivation to act and stop hesitating. Taking responsibility can initially feel overwhelming, as we will have to face many problems and decisions we have avoided before. However, this is also the way to break free from procrastination and move towards a more meaningful life. There is nothing scarier than living a life without responsibility, only chasing after the easy and convenient things that don't truly bring long-term value. Start with small steps, build positive habits, and take responsibility for every action and decision. When you do this, you will feel free and in control of your own life. The important message we can take away from the understanding of personal responsibility and procrastination is that our lives are in our own hands. Procrastination is not only a bad habit, but also a sign of lacking responsibility for oneself and the future. When we don't take action, we let life pass by without any change. This easily leads to feelings of dissatisfaction, frustration, and ultimately missing out on valuable opportunities. To overcome this, the first step is to take full responsibility for our lives, without blaming circumstances or others. Taking responsibility doesn't mean we need to have a perfect plan from the start, but rather, it means taking action from small steps and gradually building positive habits. Change is not always easy, but it requires persistence and determination. Once you realize that every decision you make affects your future, you'll have the motivation to act. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because that moment never comes. Instead, start with small steps and keep moving forward. Change doesn't come from waiting. It comes from taking action every day, bit by bit.